Hi everybody, this video is solving exponential equations with a common base. So first of all, be sure that you can identify an exponential equation because x is the exponent. So there's only two ways that we can solve these. This is obviously the first one, solving with a common base. And then later in the week, we're going to learn how to solve them with something called a logarithm when a common base is not possible. All right, so the first one, you can see the bases are the same. The bases are 3. So if the bases are the same, the exponents have to be the same. Because if they weren't, this would obviously be like 3 to a power on this side. Well, then this side has to be 3 to that same power. So the exponents are equal to each other when the bases are the same. So the only equation that we're actually solving is x plus 6 equals 2x minus 1. So we'll solve it like a normal equation, get the x's on one side, get the constants on the other. So I'm just going to subtract x, I'm going to add 1, so x is equal to 7. All right, on the second problem, you can see that we have the same bases. My bases are all 5. But if you notice, the left-hand side has to be simplified first. I have 2 of the same base. So whenever you have 2 of the same base and you are multiplying them, I don't know if you remember back to laws of exponents. But we need to add the exponents when you multiply with the same base. So I can set this all up as equal to each other, but because my base is on the left, I'm multiplying the same base. The rule is that you add the exponents together. So this side will be x minus 3 plus x plus 2, and then that equals 3x. So combine like terms. I'm going to subtract 2x. So x is equal to negative 1. All right, now if you notice with number 3, these are not the same base. I have 2 as a base and 8 as a base. So before I can do anything with the exponents, I have to set the bases so that it's the same number. It's going to be tempting to try to make the 2 into an 8, but that's actually not going to be possible mathematically. What we need to do is take the larger of the 2 numbers and find a way to scale it down so that it's a base with a power. So 8 is the same as 2 to the 3rd power. Those are equivalent to each other. So I can swap out the 8 with 2 to the 3rd power. I'm just going to drop that side down. And then whenever you had an exponent there originally, and we're making a new exponent, you have to remember to distribute. We're going to have to drop that down. But we are going to have to multiply the original exponent times the new exponent that I got when I rewrote 8 as 2 to the 3rd power. So now my bases are the same. So now that my bases are the same, I can set my exponents equal to each other. So I'm going to distribute. I'm going to subtract x. I'm going to add 6, so x is equal to 5. All right, question number 4. We have a fraction called a reciprocal fraction. So a reciprocal fraction is when you see 1 over a number. So a reciprocal fraction means a negative exponent. So if I ignore the fact that it's 1 over 25 for a second and I just look at the number 25, this base is 5. So I need to scale 25 back so that it would be 5 to a power. And so 25 is equal to 5 squared. Because this is the reciprocal, that tells me that instead of a 2, it's a negative 2. So I'm going to rewrite 1 over 25 as 5 to the negative 2. So the 5 squared is what gives me 25. The negative is what means instead of 25, it's 1 over 25. All right, I had an exponent there, so I'm going to remember to multiply. And then I'm going to run out of room. But this is over on the other side. All right, so again, now that my bases are the same, I can set my exponents equal to each other. Distribute. I'm going to add 2x to both sides. I'm going to add 6 and divide. So x would be 4/3. All right, so use these examples to help you with the Delta Math activity, and remember that there are additional videos in Delta Math for you to try.